So today we have my extension cord where I plug in my TV, my Wi-Fi, etc. And the plastic of this button was so brittle that when I went to turn it off, it broke in pieces. So today's video, we are going to replace it with this brand new button that I bought for €3.50. This extension cord is around €30, so it's well worth to replace it. We will start off by removing all the screws. These are tri-wing screws, so you will need a special head to remove them. With all the screws removed, we will remove the cover, and I just noticed that there is a reset button on the side that is screwed in, so we need to pull it in order to remove the back plate. And the back plate had an inhabitant and it died, unfortunately. So let's now do a quick clean on this side and compare our buttons. They are exactly the same. And now we will clean this of dust and the remains of bugs. Let's then apply the flux on each of the cables so we can then afterwards remove them with our iron. This helps the solder flow, so it's always good to have flux on it. So let's just heat up the cables and pull them out from the old button. These electric cables require a lot of heat to be removed, so we need to insist a little bit so that the solder flows and gets liquid and we can remove the cables from the place. So in order to remove the button, we need to press on the sides. I went to get this screwdriver in order to pull it out, and just like so, it was removed. We need now to take off the paper that we have attached to our new button with the price and the reference, and we pull it to the place where it will rest until the end of days. So we will now apply flux on the contacts of our new button. And with the cables inserted on the contacts, we will heat them up and use our leaded solder, to solder them in place. Again, this will take a lot of heat, so beware that you will need a hot iron and solder in order to fixate them in the prongs of this new button. Be aware of the colors, place them where the original ones were so you don't get an inverted button, and especially don't cross them, otherwise you will blow your house wiring. This brown cable is quite hard to remove, so we will need to heat it and then apply our solder to mix it with the old solder in order for it to be fixated on the contact of this new button. So here we will apply the same procedure. Let's heat up the wire and put solder from the back until it melts, and fixates the cable in place. With the procedure of soldering done, let's then clean up with IPA all this area where the flux was applied, so the button gets cleaned and without any remains of solder or flux. With the cleaning done, let's then close it up. So we will need to insert our reset button. This reset button, I believe it is for the network part of this extension cord, as it has some plugs for network. Probably that's its function. I never did use it, so it must be for that function. We will then screw all the screws back in. And here we will test it. Let's plug it in and put the button on the on position. As you can see, we have lights, so it should be working. Let's test and connect our soldering iron. The soldering iron has a little light on the middle. When we turn it on, it should light up. So, as you can see, it just lit up. So, we have a working extension cord. Hope you enjoyed this helpful video. If you did, leave it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you on the next video.